Guys, welcome to day 16. We just made it over 2 weeks for the Wicca Year in a Day studies. Now today we are building off of the list that you guys made yesterday. Today is called the Sun and Moon, Divine Polarity in the Sky. And yesterday we went over Divine Polarity in general. Today we are basing the polarity on the Sun and the Moon. Now, the Sun and the Moon are two natural but very fundamental beings that we witches look to for quite a bit. For the most part, people view the sun with the god aspect and the moon as the goddess aspect, but if you don't see it that way, please don't feel like you can't see it that way, because you can. Use whatever works well for you. But the sun and the moon maintain life on our planet. The sun brings us warmth. It helps grow crops. I mean, it is fundamental to life. And then you have the moon that controls the tides. I mean, you've got these two huge beings that I think the reason that we view them as the god and the goddess is just because they are polar opposites. You have the sun that comes out during the day that's warm, and then you have the moon that's out at night that's we view as cold or cool because of the nighttime. Like I said, you know, the sun radiates energy and vitality. Without the sun, there would be no life. Likewise, the moon reflects the sun's light and caresses the earth with a reflective glow that allows time for life on the planet to rest and rejuvenate itself. That sounds a little bit better than my jabbering. And without the regular rhythm of night, punctuated by the appearance of the moon, life would soon wither and die. So, hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. I lost where I was. Okay, they also go about saying, with the sun and the moon, one of the things that we have to realize is when you eat something, you are eating both the light of the sun and the moon, because the majority of what we eat comes from something that was grown outside, which has weathered through light from the sun and light from the moon. So that's a really good thing to think about when you are intaking any kind of food or water, for that sake, that you are infusing the properties of the sun and the moon into your body when you take in sustenance. And that can really help to make eating a ritualistic experience for you and a magical experience. So if you're having a crap day, or if you're you know, you're having a really hard time infusing some kind of magical anything into your life, it's a really good place to start is to think about anytime you eat. Not only are you revitalizing your body, but you are bringing in essentially the elements of the god and the goddess by eating that, because it's infused with the energy from the sun and the moon. Now, the exercise today is called Solar and Lunar. And what you're going to do is you're going to use the list you developed in yesterday's exercise to help you think of your life in 4 basic categories: your thoughts, activity, feelings, and body are the 4 categories. Consider whether the sun or the moon best represents your energy in each of the 4 categories. For example, someone whose thoughts are solar would have a linear, analytical thinking much of the time. Someone whose thoughts were lunar would be more intuitive and circular thinking. Like I would be more lunar, where I know Kevin would be more solar. Piper! Below is a list of words that can help you discover your own symbolic representation energies of both sun and moon in your 4 categories. So for the sun, I know I went through a lot of them the other day, but active, lively, vigorous, dynamic, direct, orderly, energetic, bold, assertive, proactive, confident, assured, logical, rational, careful, sequential, cheery, high-spirited, joyful, vain, haughty, pompous, hot-headed, muscular, angular, thin, and firm. I could see a lot of those in myself. The moon is receptive, indirect, passive, reflective, reactive, subtle, fine, understated, circular, inclusive, intuitive, spontaneous, holistic, reflective, moderate, introspective, moody, disorganized, insecure, timid, apprehensive, emotional, touchy, round, soft, and plump. So if you go through them both, if you have the book, they're basically the opposites of one another. And it is okay to have, I mean, most people should have both categories in themselves. Some may have a little bit more than others, which is what the exercise was for yesterday, because I can see a lot of myself in the sun, but I can also see quite a bit of myself in the moon. And I don't want you guys to think that the moon is, because if you read a lot of that, it seems like the moon has more negative connotations to it when it comes to the different aspects, but I don't want you guys to think like that at all. It's just the opposite of what the sun was, and every positive action has to have a negative and opposite reaction. So anyway, that was day 16. I know the last couple days have been a little, I don't want to say blah, I just kind of feel like they haven't been as like joyous and fun, but I promise we are getting there the next few days. I'm really excited. We're going into meeting the different forms of the goddess. Tomorrow we're finishing up with the sun and moon and divine polarity with tracking the sun and moon. And then on day 18 we'll go into meeting the goddess. And then we're going on into the maiden and the mother and the crone for the next quite a few days. And then I believe after that we will start our 12 days of Beltane. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.